In this video, I will share 20 actually useful tips to get 1000 subscribers fast. I will share the 2-minute change that I made here that got me 10 times more views. But I will also share how one of my channels almost got deleted. No! After I got videos like this and this with over 1 million views. I'm Jordan, I just started this new channel after doing over $5 million, hiring 50 people. And the first tip to get 1000 subs is to make better videos. Okay. Nah, come on, you know that already, right? The first real thing to look at is your subscribe ratio. I mean, take a look at this sheet. It's literally the most important metric you need to understand, because it tells you exactly how many views you need to actually hit 1000 subscribers. For example, like this video of mine with 1.2 million views. The subscribe ratio on that video is 0.4%. Now that means that for every 1000 views I got, only 4 people subscribed. Now I will tell you later why it is that low for certain videos and what you can do about it. But a 0.4% sub ratio means that you need 250,000 views to get 1000 subscribers. But if it's close to 3% like this other video of mine, then you only need around 30,000 views. You see that difference? Either 250,000 or only 30,000 views to get 1000 subscribers. That's 8 times less. Now before I explain the things you can do in every video to increase your subscribe ratio, know that you can download my free thumbnail templates to create thumbnails like this, and this in minutes. Free download link in the description. Which brings me to the 10 ways how I increased my sub ratio from 0.4% around 2 years ago to almost 3% on recent videos. Now before I explain the main reason behind this increase, the first thing is to start making actually problem solving videos. Because people subscribe when they feel actually being helped, not just entertained, when you make educational videos. So the more specific and helpful your solution, the higher your subscribe ratio will be. Because they want more of your solutions. And novelty is another massive factor when I psychoanalyze myself, when I subscribe to other channels. Let me explain. The moment when someone shares valuable, novel information, I often subscribe. So what could be novel? Well, for example, something like this. When you add this string to the end of your channel link, you get this pop-up menu that asks people to subscribe, which you can then use in your description, pinned comment and other places, or even on your website or other social media channels. Now this is novel information to some people that watch this video, so try to include novel information in the beginning as much as possible. And this is also the third way to increase your sub ratio, because anyone who clicks on that link that I just showed you is forced to decide if they should subscribe. And of course, if you use that link somewhere where people already know, like or trust you, then some will very likely subscribe. And they're now in your YouTube pixel ecosystem. Wow. The fifth way is showing social proof. Like I did in the beginning of this video by showing my bank statement. Because yeah, there are still people in the comments who don't believe I actually did $5 million in revenue. Which is why I show proof that I actually made 5 million euros in revenue. Now I also showed a screenshot of one of our team meetings when I mentioned that I hired over 50 people. So include proof. But if you now think, well Jordan, I'm not as smart and good looking as you.
What do you mean by that?
Then the question is not, can I add social proof? But how can I add social proof in my intro? Because you can always show proof of effort. Like I spent 10 hours researching on how to go from skinny to as strong and muscle big as Jordan. Anyways, that is an example of proof of effort, and you can always include that. And then use number 6, which is to front load the value in your video. This is absolutely critical, because let's look at this example. If your average view percentage is only 25% on a 10-minute video, then that means that 75% of people never make it till the end. But if you give them the sauce in the first minutes, then they are more likely to subscribe and stay, which is obviously good for view duration as well. And now you might say, well Jordan, if I give all the sauce away in the first minute, then they don't have a reason to watch the rest. Yes, I know, there's truth in that. More about my solution to that later. But first, number 7, which is to ask for subscriptions during peak energy moments in your video. Like Alex Hormozi once said,
best time to ask someone for testimonials at the moment of greatest satisfaction.
Now the same applies to subscribing. So ask your people to subscribe right after, for example, the most novel insight. The moment your viewer feels most positive. And if you have the money, like Stephen Bartlett, then ask people to subscribe, like he does at the end of his vlogs, in order to participate in his giveaway. Yes, giveaways.
And here is the answer. This will be unblurred next week's episode.
And maybe don't ask the question, can I do a giveaway? But what can I give away? Like give away a free call, time, or even a $10 Amazon voucher, or even ask a sponsor for a free annual subscription to give away, and then just try it and see if it works. But also experiment with number 9, which is to create a series that hooks people into coming back for more content, just like they do at the end of most movies by teasing part 2, the next movie. Now before I explain how one of my channels almost got deleted, let me share you another powerful strategy, which increases your subscribe ratio, but also sales if you sell digital products or coaching or whatever. It's a system that we use that currently gets us over 80,000 views per month in less than 5 hours of work per week, as you can see in this Google Sheet, which automatically tracks the views, but also comment counts, likes, and every other metric for free and automated. Now, I spent hours and hours on automating this dashboard and system that I normally sell for $99, but you can get it for free if you use Submagic, just like us, that look like this.
If he doesn't get you a Birkin, that's fine. That's fine. If he doesn't make 100K a year, once again, that's fine.
Now please know that Submagic is sponsoring this video, but I would use their tool regardless because of how easy and good it is. I mean, look at all these features. They automatically trim the video, they remove the silences, select the best parts that are most likely to go viral, and then you have beautiful caption styles like this and this. I mean, it's crazy. But a really important one for me was this feature where I can use a split screen like they have in podcasts. Now, I've delegated this system entirely to one of my employees, and it takes her only 22 minutes per batch. Now, this is from A to Z and includes the editing, the data tracking in the sheet, and posting on 6 platforms. And the beauty is that you, just like us, can get guaranteed 80,000 views per month if you work like 5 hours a week on this, because the algorithm has to test each different short or reel in their platform. So there's always a minimum amount of views you get on a new account. Not to mention it can get a lot more views than the minimum, of course, which in our case is around 900 views per short on a new channel. But that is not it. Do you know how much data you get? I actually use this system to improve my long form videos and basically create a flywheel where I recreate the most viral shorts and include and improve them in my long form video, usually in the intro, which of course then also gets clipped again by Submagic and becomes even a better short. As I mentioned, you can get access to my entire system with SOPs that I used for my employee, the whole Google Sheet that I spent hours on with automated analytics for free when you send your Submagic receipt to this email. Now I recommend their $85 per month plan, which includes unlimited clips, and then use this discount code JordanCroc10 for 10% off. And thank me later, because honestly Submagic is insane. I mean, I was wasting a lot of money on my editor editing the shorts manually. And I mean, you saw how crazy good they look and how little time it takes. I mean, we get around 25 shorts in only 8 minutes of time. Now this system also increases your subscribe ratio, because of course when someone watches your long form video and they didn't subscribe for whatever reason, they forgot probably, but now they see a short of yours, of course you now have another chance for them to subscribe, especially if it's a good short with good information. You basically get them over the edge with every new short you make. So those are the ways to actually increase your subscribe ratio. But here are 10 ways to quickly increase your views. Now before I share, be careful that you don't chase the wrong views, because they can actually hurt your channel. It's the reason why my channel almost got deleted. Here's what happened. My video with 1.2 million views brought in around 5,000 subscribers. Now that sounds amazing, right? But the problem was that the majority would not watch my future videos because they expected and liked this very particular video style and topic. Now it was one of my biggest mistakes. So here is the lesson. Don't make videos you don't want to keep making in the future. Now I know this is hard to know when you're just starting out and you just want those views. I mean, you don't know, like,
I want to keep making videos like this 2 years from now.
try to think more ahead on who watches that video of yours, not just how many people watch it. So how do you avoid getting the wrong viewers? Well, there are many ways. I will tell you one. Search for a similar title or just the exact title that you're about to make a video on YouTube, and then check a few channels that have made that video. And then look and ask yourself, is this the type of content that I want to keep creating? Because if I had done this simple check for one of my viral videos, then I wouldn't have made that. Or at least I would have known the consequences, which was ending up almost deleting my channel because I felt trapped inside this cage where I couldn't make videos that I actually wanted to make without them flopping in the algorithm, due to of course a lower click-through rate from that subscriber base. That being said, when you make videos that you actually like, want to keep creating, at least for the foreseeable future, then how do you increase your views on those videos fast? Well, a few weeks ago I implemented a very simple change in my thumbnails that took me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Not 3, 2. 2 minutes. That skyrocketed this video and got me 10 times more views. Now, I actually wrote about it in my emails that you receive if you access my free Google Sheet below, with over 80 free tools that I use in my business, for my videos and personal life. Again, free link in the description. And it's still insane to me how this simple change in the thumbnail got so many more views. I will share it later in the video. But another way to get more views is of course through high retention editing. But this can be expensive. So what is a less expensive way to actually increase your views? Well, it's by actually just making them longer. Just changing the duration. Video duration matters way more than people actually realize. At least the people that I speak. Now the sweet spot for new creators seems to be around like 7 to 12 minutes. Because that's long enough for ads, but not too long to create or for people to avoid clicking. Now, I have found that videos under 5 minutes often struggle getting recommended unless they're extremely high quality, extremely high retention. Whereas videos above 20 minutes don't have to have a high retention, insanely edited. And the main reason behind that is that YouTube heavily favors the absolute amount of watch hours from your video, not your average percentage viewed. They don't care as much as about this percentage, they care about the absolute amount, because then they can show more ads. They can't show ads in a percentage. They can show ads every 2 minutes, right? And it's very hard for them to serve many ads in your 5-minute video. So just try it out. Make a 20-minute plus video. If you want to do it right, make one that is above 60 minutes. Hour long, just like another experiment, which is to increase your comment to view ratio. Because I have found that it can be a big reason why certain channels blow up. So the question is then, how can you get people to comment? Well, as I've shared earlier, Steven from the Diary of the CEO gave away full paid days with him, but also I believe simple merch at the end of his vlogs. If you commented the answer to the question he asked at the end of his vlogs.
The person who correctly guesses is gonna win the Diary of a CEO match.
Now, besides increasing comment ratio, he also through that increased returning viewer percentage, because people came back the next video to find out if they had answered right and if they won. So this is a very great strategy, but can be expensive, but it will definitely increase your comment ratio. Talking about comments, leave a comment below this video and help each other grow this year, like many people seem to do in another video of mine, because I noticed a lot of people commented last time, which is great to see. Now, 3 other ways to increase your views are of course improving your title, your script and your intro. But I want to talk about my crazy simple thumbnail change that got me 10 times more views. I mean, take a look at this image. The thumbnail with the number 50 got a click-through rate of more than 6.5%, whereas the thumbnail with the number 30 only got 3.9%. Nothing else in those thumbnails were different. Only this small change in number, but almost double the click-through rate. It's crazy to me. And this small change actually also got me 300 more subscribers. But if you think subscribers are your real problem, then take a look at this image. Exactly. Well, I found 7 actually useful ways to avoid this watch hour problem. I share them in this video. Watch it here or not. Talk soon.